Is that it, Gav? Are we on? Can you hear me? Right. I've messed about with this leaderboard so that it's a bit more user friendly for people that are on a mobile device. They'll probably a bit like, what position's he in? Now, even Dougie won't have a problem with that. Dougie will be able to see what position everyone's in now. Yeah, sorted now, innit, Gav? Done it. Hello and a big welcome to the channel. I'm the Motorsport Madman and I've been on mute for the first 3 minutes of the stream, so get in. That's what happens when you don't go live for a couple of weeks and Streamlabs has an update. You click accept and everything gets reset, so get in. But yeah, welcome to the stream, qualifying for Imola, otherwise known as the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix. So welcome in. I'm not seeing anything from practice, but I kind of like that. I'm coming into this with no idea of who's quick. I've not even looked at the results of practice, to be honest. I would imagine it's a McLaren 1-2 in every session. If it's not, then, you know, I'll have it. I'll sign up for anything that isn't a McLaren 1-2 this season. I'll sign up for it. So I'm ready to be surprised. I want to be surprised, and I don't want the McLaren 1-2 on the grid. I'll have a Mercedes 1-2. But I'm not up for a McLaren 1-2. But I feel like that's might be what we're going to get. Yes, Nadine, how are we? Welcome to the stream. Welcome in as well, Gav. Round 7. I want the Antonelli pole position more than ever this week. Antonelli home race. He's even brought half his schoolmates with him. That shows how young he is when he brings his classmates to the race with him. Where's that come from? Let's have an Antonelli pole today. No sprint race bollocks this weekend either. Just quali in the race. Nice and simple. Old school. I think as well, they've not confirmed this, but I think this will be the last race at Imola. Yeah, I really do. I think this is the last race at Imola. When this country's queuing up for Grand Prix, you can't have two in the same country. Like, I'm sorry. You can't have two Grand Prix in the same country. No matter how historic and legendary Imola is, you just can't do it, mate. So I'm going to predict now, and I think it'll be confirmed within the next few weeks, that this will be the last Emilia Romagna Grand Prix at Imola for a while, maybe forever. We'll see. But yeah, nah. Monza, you can't drop Monza, and you can't have two races in one country because it's getting ridiculous. People are queuing up to get in this game. So, in fact, you know, it's actually a bit of a fluke, a bit of a weird one that this is even on the calendar, because this came back onto the calendar during the COVID season where they could only do the European races. And so we had a few extra European races that weren't on the calendar. And this was one of them that got reintroduced after being off the calendar for like 15 years. Imola said, oh, COVID, we can't travel abroad. Right, we'll have one. And then since then, they've kept the place. So Imola would never have been returned to the calendar if it wasn't COVID anyway. So a bit of a mad one. Turkey also got a race in lockdown, but they didn't carry it on. And I think there's one or two other tracks. Like there was another one in Italy as well. I can't think of the name of it now. They had a race in lockdown, but they didn't get more races after that. Portugal got a race, and they're not on the calendar normally. And Imola got a race, and they went, do you know what? We quite like this. We'll sign up for another 5 years. But this is it. This will be the last one. To be honest with you, I think it's too narrow. Anyway, I don't think you get a fantastic race round Imola, do you? I mean, join me tomorrow at 2 p.m. for the race. But I don't think you get a phenomenal... I mean, it's got the historic value and it's got the legendary status. But do you get a barnstorming race round Imola? In the modern era? I don't really remember one, to be honest, because it's a bit too narrow. And I mean, where can you overtake? That the hairpin. You're going for a bold move into the chicane. And you're definitely going for a bold move into the two last corners. There's not really many overtaking opportunities, and it's narrow. So I reckon pole position might be king here. So let's have an Antonelli one. Yes, Dan, welcome to the stream, dude. He cost me first viewer's race. I know. Hey, you can have a go now, Gab, but at the time you went, don't worry, I forgive you. Which surprised me. I thought you'd be fuming. You went, don't worry. But now you're giving it. Oh, honestly, Gav, I was nearly in tears, right? The contact was literally the splitter on the front of my car touched the diffuser on the back of yours. It was the tiniest touch. Another millimetre and we wouldn't have collided. Another millimetre, bro. That's how close it was. I usually judge it quite well because I went for the move and then I backed out of it because your car had braked later on the outside. I thought, I'll let you go. And I always judge it right where the AI just cuts in and I think, yeah. And that was the one that I just judged it off by a millimetre and we both spun. GG's, Gav. You would have led the championship as well. Just to add insult to injury, you'd probably be leading the championship if not for that. And robbed myself of a good race with you anyway, Gav, because I feel like we would have been swapping positions. And then on top of that, in fact, that whole Viewers' Championship race was an absolute fuck up because I'd put it as a 20-minute race instead of a 20-lap race anyway. So the race was half the length it was supposed to be. I took out Gav on lap 3. It was a mess. It was one that just needed to be deleted. But anyway, the good thing about Viewers' Championship now is I'm sure it's something like the next 6 tracks in a row are all on the simulator. So we'll be in tandem with the F1 calendar now until like September. Honestly, I think it's like the next 6 or 7 races in a row, the tracks are in the sim. So it's going to be Imola Grand Prix, Imola on the Viewers' Championship, and so forth. I think we go Monaco. In fact, Monaco. No, I'm chatting on my house because Monaco's not on the sim. So I don't know what I'm doing for Monaco. I think I'm doing Magny-Cours. And then after Monaco, then it's like 6 or 7 in a row. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, after Monaco, there's about 6, 7 in a row where you can run in tandem with the F1 calendar, which is what I want to do. It just has a bit more authenticity from it. Live from Spain, Gua, my Daniel Davis. When you're coming back, you got to be coming back today, innit? Or tomorrow. But yes, Dan, welcome in. Loz is in as well. Sonoda Pole. Yeah, Sonoda Pole. Japanese one. Yeah, I know you love Japan, Loz, but Sonoda Pole might be a long shot. Hey, you've gone from Hamilton to Sonoda. I've clocked it as well. Hamilton to Sonoda. Don't think you can get away with that under my watch. America have 3 races. That's a good point. Yeah, let's cull that down to 1. We'll have Texas and the other 2. Vegas and Miami can sling it. I'll keep Texas. The thing is, America's like 50 countries in one, isn't it, really? America's a weird one. It's that massive that the people on the East Coast aren't going to be travelling to the West Coast for a race, are they? You're not going to get people from Miami travelling to the Las Vegas Grand Prix, are you? So you've sort of got to, if F1's big in the US, which is what they're saying it is, I'm not so sure myself, but if they're trying to get F1 big in the US, they need to have more than one race. But Miami, the race was all right the other week, but I don't really rate Miami. I don't rate Vegas, really. Another street track, we don't need it. Another night race, we don't need it. It's just glitz and glam and bollocks. But Texas is good. I'll keep Texas. I'll keep Austin, Texas. I like that race. Purpose-built racetracks are the way, and that's not how it's going. We'll get into the lap times in a minute. Alonso's quickest. Come on. Albon goes quickest. Come on then, Alex. Hey, Gav, your Williams 1-2's on right now. Hey, look, this is better, isn't it, right? It's massive, right? But for people on a mobile phone, I was looking back at one of my streams on the phone. I was like, nah, I need to change up this leaderboard. Now, I reckon if you're on a mobile device, you can see what position people are in. I reckon it's better rather than having one strip, you know. But yeah, what else are we saying? Yes, Swade, welcome in, dude. Rob Doeen, eh? Oh, Doan. I mean, I respect your attempt to spell that. You were close enough where I understood who you meant, but not close enough to be correct. It's something like that. DOOHAN, I think. But yeah, he's gone. But Colapinto was always on the way. Colapinto was always on the way. Whether it would be this race, the previous race, the next race, Colapinto was happening. There's no stopping it. Argentina have entered the chat. Argentina are in Formula One. Listen, it was a matter of time with Colapinto. So no matter how... Listen, Jack Doohan would have had to win the first 5 races to keep his seat. You know what I mean? He's no chance. It was doomed from the start with Jack Doohan. Now they're saying they're giving Colapinto 5 races to like prove it, and then so they put Doohan in the reserve role. We'll give you 5 races. Colapinto will be the next 20 years. Yuki Tsunoda has absolutely smashed it in the wall. Game over. Tsunoda, massive incident. That's a big crash as well. Yuki Tsunoda has smashed the Red Bull to bits, and Red Bull are running one-legged yet again. Oh, Yuki, man. I want Yuki to do well this season as well. I was hoping Yuki was going to get his feet under the table and sort of get some stability going at Red Bull after about 5 years of second driver dilemmas. I was hoping that Yuki said, oh, mate, this is not good. This is not good. Red flag. Tsunoda's smashed it to bits. 12 million quid's worth of damage and GG's. Oh, mate, that's not it's not what you want in Q1, is it? But yeah, I'm behind on what we're saying. Yes, Kim, how we doing? You're here, but it's Zach's birthday. Happy birthday to Zach. How old is he? About 11 or something, I'd guess. I'll guess he's about that, isn't he? I might be 8. He might be 10. He might be 12. I'm going to guess 11 for Zach. Right, you thought you better check in from Tenerife. Simon Tilbury on holiday. Come on, we've got Dan Davis on holiday. Simon Tilbury on holiday. Tell you what, commitment to the... Oh my God, I've just seen a replay of Tsunoda's crash. Bro, that's the biggest crash I've seen for years. He went upside down. He's walking away from that like nothing's happened. That's a massive incident. Yo, I've just seen the replay. Look at a replay of this. If you're not watching this now and you're watching football or something on the other side, or golf or cricket or something, or you're chilling in the garden, that is incredible. And listen, props to the safety in F1. I think he got a puncture mid-corner. Oh my God, he's like upside down in the air, bro. And he's just walked out of that. Big ups and big props to the safety in Formula One. The halo, the safety structures. That's a huge... You went upside down, Matty. I didn't realise how big it is. I just thought, oh, he's spinning at the wall, you know, standard, something that you see every week. That was major. He's either had suspension failure or a puncture. Like, it's either had a rear suspension failure where it's just snapped, unlikely, or he's just had an instant puncture where it's just gone bang, and it spun him out. Then I don't know if he's like hit a curb and that sent him in the air or something. I need to see it again. I don't know what they're saying on Sky. That's major. That's a major crash. Who got the wild card in that race? I can't remember who got the wild card. It was Anto the race before. It might have been Carl, I think. I was Carl. HM Carl. He only pops in every now and then this season. He was in every race last season, but I think he's only. It was Carl who got the thingy, but he was at the back. He was like, out of like 29, he was like 27th on the grid. So I don't think he got any points. So he might have got like 1 point. And then I recovered it after my crash with you, Gav. I recovered it back to about fourth or fifth. I finished. So I got him some decent points. You know, he got 30 points or something from it. But yeah, no, Carl got it. You've already had it, haven't you, Gav? Have you had the wild card, you, Gav? I'm sure you have. Kim's had it, Gav's had it, Beth's had it, Denver's had it, Anto's had it, Carl's had it. I think that's it. Yes, Mitch, how we doing, bro? Apologies for being late. Listen, thank you for being here at all, because it's a beautiful day. And people are probably either it's a beautiful Saturday afternoon. How many people are watching qualifying live from Imola right now? I bet the viewing figures on Sky Sports. Not that good. You've got to be hardcore, haven't you? You've got to be even more hardcore to watch someone watching it as well. So I appreciate you. What are we saying? Salty dog, how are we? Driving to see your family, but can't chat much. But you're here, and you've got yourself in round 7 of the Viewers' Championship, as has everyone else who's been typing in chat so far. Yeah, Sonoda. I don't know how long this red flag's going to be, but, should we do a Q&A? It went upside down. Yeah. I hope it's not an half an hour red flag, but they're going to have to repair all the barriers and everything, so. If I had intermission music, I'd press play on it now. You know what I mean? Elevator music, press play. Let's reconvene in 15 minutes. They've stopped the clock at 12 minutes 13. Look at that. I mean, fair play for Sonoda's walked away from that one. How badly damaged are we talking, barrier-wise? I need to see a replay of what actually caused it, whether it was just an instantaneous puncture, a rear suspension failure. I don't think it's a driver error that's caused that crash, you know. I think it's a mechanical error. I think it's something in the car has failed at the rear. You won't be in here 15 minutes, got about 12 kids. Oh, mate, that'll be chaos, that. That'll be chaos, that, Kim. Good luck. Go on, how old is he? I guessed 11, Kim. I guessed 11. I guessed it's his 11th birthday, but it's a guess. Based on the odd Facebook memory that I've seen over the years. Evening, Zinc Mind. How we doing? Feel your pain. Yeah, that's going to be a chaotic one. Did you see that on Facebook, though? Yeah, he's won. No, I didn't. I swear down, it's an educated guess of 11. He's not won. Unless he's a time traveller. He ain't gone back 10 years. First birthday again, he's reset, he's respawned. We'll start again. What are we doing? What I need, right, is I need a plan. When there's a red flag, when someone wraps it up and there's a red flag for like 20 minutes, I need like a plan B. Do you know what I mean? I just press a button, like, you know what I mean? Something like this. We go onto another screen and we do like a quiz or something. In fact, I need to do Drive of the Day and Rate the Race from Miami. But I didn't see the second half of the race, you see. But I reckon Miami was probably a 7 out of 10. Drive of the Day. Piastri or Albon. Here we go. Here's a replay. Right. What actually happened to Tsunoda? Right. He's coming into the Villeneuve chicane. Right. Okay. He hit the curb. That's a massive crash. I mean, it's probably more spectacular. He's landed like on his head. If it's not for the halo device and the strengthened roll hoop, he's pretty much landed on his head. I want to see it again. Verstappen team radio. Yuki's had an accident at turn 5. Well, I need another replay. I don't know. Has he taken that much curb on the inside that it's thrown the rear end out? I don't really know what's happened there. What have you missed? Yuki Tsunoda's had a massive crash, think mind. He's rolled it. He's hit the barrier that hard. It's flipped the car into the air upside down. And he's landed on his head and walked away from it. Jesus. He's walked out. I hope he's all right. Like he'll get some medical checks. But a touch wood, he seems absolutely fine. Like touch wood. I mean, Alonso had a massive crash, seemed fine, and then you found out he got like 2 broken ribs and a punctured lung or something. So you never know. But precautionary checks will take place. But he seems, which is a massive props to the safety. Because that would have killed you 20 years ago. Well, 40 years ago it'd have killed you. 40 years ago that would have killed you. And then it would be an awkward stream, wouldn't it? You know what I mean? Do I play the outro music? Probably not, innit? You know what I mean? See ya. GG's. You wanna watch the video that you private for your party last time? You had to be there to see it. How have you heard about it? If you weren't there. If you weren't there to see it, it's one of them, Gav. You had to be there at the time. It's like an inside joke. If you weren't there at the time, you're out of the loop. Because it ain't ever being on this channel again. Trust me. I didn't even... Do you know what? YouTube are smart with it. I never even made that video private. It was automatically private. YouTube knew he's probably not going to want this public. We'll put it straight private. To be fair, I'm a little bit lucky that I didn't get any sort of warning. No copyright. Well, copyrights. But I didn't get any community warning. I thought I would have had community warnings coming out my arse, to be honest. Community strikes, you know, violation of YouTube policies left, right and centre. Nah, nothing. I got away with it. Thank God. But you had to be there to be there. Yuki Tsunoda. It crashed is the understatement of the century, Zinc Mind. It's one of the worst, most spectacular crashes I've seen in the 19 years that I've been watching. One of the worst. I think the worst one I've ever seen live was the Robert Kubica Canada one. Yeah. And he walked away from that. Yeah, Robert Kubica Canada 2007, I think. Yeah, because he won it in 08. Yeah, then turned up the same track next year, won it. Yeah, GG's. The Alonso Australia one was a particularly bad one as well. Alonso Australia 2014 or 15. That was horrendous as well. Walked away. And then the one where Zhou Guanyu was upside down at the British Grand Prix as well. That was bad. Walked away. Yuki Tsunoda. In fact, there was one where Perez flipped it at Hungary. That was bad. There was a Danny Kvyat one at Japan that was bad as well, like 2018 or something. No, it might have been 2016, 17. I've seen a few bad crashes over the years, and that's up there. That cracks a top 10. Who remembers Marcus Ericsson's crash at Monza? That was about 2017, 2018. That was a absolute devastation as well. Seen a few bad ones. Right, we're getting this back underway. I always manage to waffle my way for a red flag. Come on, you know what I mean? I never sit here in silence. I can bridge any gap. The one that Jamza was on about. I know exactly which one you mean. But the thing is, it was about 3 a.m. Do you know how many views that got, Gav? At 3 a.m, live in a hot tub. 7,100 views. 7,100 views at 3 a.m. And these streams that I actually want to do and they get about 100 views, 150 on a good day, 200 if it's absolute, best race ever. I might get 200 views. One hot tub stream, 7,000. Oh, do I just fuck it all off and get in the hot tub with Jenny every week? Makes you question, what the fuck am I doing? Elbows out, tits out, let's go. Come on then, Suede. I remember the Webber one where he took off in the air. Oh, that was that. Yeah, man. The Webber one. That was Valencia 2010, 11 or 12. 2010. I go Valencia 2010. Could be 11, could be 12. Could be Valencia 2000. It's one of them 3 years. That was unbelievable. It's the back of Kovalainen, full 180 flip in the air at like 150 mile an hour, lands right way up. Fine. No problem, Johnny. Massa spring. Yeah, but that was less spectacular and more just injury. Yeah, that was less of a absolute smash up and more of a serious situation. You know what I mean? The Massa spring is like not a joking matter. I'm talking about the ones that are spectacular but they walk away with it without a scratch. The Felipe Massa spring to the head is not something you want to be joking about. That nearly killed him. That was heavy, that. In more ways than one. That spring was heavy. It was like being hit with a bag of sugar in the head and you're travelling at 150 mile an hour and a bag of sugar hits you in the forehead. That bag of sugar's feeling pretty heavy at 150 mile an hour, innit? You know what I mean? That's what Felipe Massa survived. But he did some serious damage. Yeah, the Webber flipping was bad, right? Qualifying's back underway. The Monaco one last year. Oh yeah, that was pretty spectacular. Yeah. Monaco lap at the start with Magnussen. Was it Perez and both of the Hasses? Yeah, that was a pretty bad one. Oh, Grosjean's the worst one of the lot. Oh man, yeah, Grosjean Bahrain. Like 2021 or something. Yeah, that was hell. He was lucky to survive that. Split the car in half and then turned into a ball of fire. In fact, that's it's caused serious burns to his hands. His hands, even to this day, are like fully. He's had to have many skin grafts on his wrists and on his hands. You know what I mean? He'll bear that, the scars of that for the rest of his life. But he's lucky to survive it. Did anyone ever get done for the spring falling off? Nah, it's not anyone's fault. It's just 2009. It was qualifying for the 2009 Hungarian Grand Prix. Rubens Barrichello in the Brawn, going up towards turn 4. No, it's not turn 4, is it? Yeah, it's going up to turn 4. Spring fell out of the back of Barrichello's car. Felipe Massa's full pelt, 150 miles, bang, hits him in the head. Survived it. You're joking. But that wasn't like a, oh my God, spectacular. That was just like, oh shit. Like, oh shit. Max landing on Lewis. Oh, the drama of that 2021 season, Mitch. That was one of the... Oh, that was epic, that though, wasn't it? But then, the halo... Without the halo... The one at turn 1, the Belgian Grand Prix, with... there's been 2 massive crashes at turn 1 at the Belgian Grand Prix. One with like Hamilton, Alonso and Kobayashi smashing in like 2011. But then there's the one in like when Leclerc was in the Sauber. He'd have been killed if not for the halo. 2018 Belgian Grand Prix, lap 1 crash. Charles Leclerc would have had his head taken clean off if not for the halo. Savage. Gasly! Right, let's have a look what's happening. Right, the live timing's still updating. Are we still live on the live timings? We've got 5 minutes to go, just over, in Q1. So we'll start talking about what's happening now. So we've got Verstappen, Piastri, Alonso. Alonso still in the top 3. Come on then. And Russell, Gasly, Norris, Antonelli on the telly. It took one Yuki Tsunoda crash to have a half an hour interlude on the biggest crashes I've seen. I hope he's all right, man. He seems to be all right, but that was a big one. Newey bringing some updates. Yeah, the Newey effect kicks in. What do you reckon, Aston Martin dark horse for 2026? Imagine if Aston Martin are rapid next year and they keep Lance Stroll, and then all of a sudden, like, Alonso's over the hill and it's Lance Stroll in a championship fight. That'd make a mockery of Formula One, that, wouldn't it? That would actually, do you know what, right? On a serious note, if Aston Martin was the fastest car and Fernando Alonso, you know, the age starts kicking in, and you've got Lance Stroll up at the front with like Norris and Piastri and Russell and Leclerc, I think that would make a mockery of the sport. I think it'd do serious damage for the sport, that. Because then it would damage the sport, because then it doesn't matter who you are. You've just got to be in the right car, which is kind of true, but it would emphasise it to a point where you don't want it emphasising. That it's just all about the equipment. Lance Stroll in a championship fight would make a mockery of this sport. It really would. And it'd just highlight the fact that it doesn't matter who you are and what you do. You're either in a good car or you're not. I feel like a lot of people would sort of think, fuck this. It's like playing tennis, but some tennis rackets are better than others. You know what I mean? Someone's out there at Wimbledon playing with like a ping pong racket against Rafa Nadal, against Djokovic. You know what I mean? You're gonna get smashed if you got a ping pong paddle, mate. At Wimbledon, you're probably not winning a set, are you? If you're in F1 and you're driving a Kick Sauber, you ain't winning a Grand Prix. And it would, yeah. And also for Adrian Newey, it'd be the biggest fucking slippers and cigar moment ever, wouldn't it? Yeah, I am the Donny. I can't see him making that much of a difference, but put it this way, Aston Martin can't be any worse next year, can they? They've got to be better, and they will be better. Is it back to back? It's 3 in a row, Gav. 3 in a row. It's, Imola, Monaco, Spain, I think. Back to back, baby. Yeah, 3 in a row. In fact, I think there's 5 races in the next 6 weeks. I think it goes 3 in a row, weekend off, then 2. I think, something like that. 5 in the next 6 weeks, something. The wheel was on his head. Yeah, mad one. You think Max will end up at Aston Martin after Alonso? I'd like to see Max move teams, yeah. I'd like to see Max Verstappen change it up. Right, what's the bottom 5 looking? Here we go. Right, let's go. Oh, Hulkenberg's gone wide at the final corner. So who's in the danger zone? We've got Lawson, Hulkenberg, Behrman, Ocon. Tsunoda's definitely out. Tsunoda will probably start the race from the pit lane, to be honest, if he starts it at all. But yeah, Yuki Tsunoda from the pit lane at best. Put it that way. So we've got 4 drivers that are going to be knocked out here. But with 20 seconds to go, Colapinto, 14th. Colapinto's Alpine debut. Oh, there's a yellow flag out. Oh, another smash. Oh, Colapinto's wrapped it. Oh, no. No. Colapinto's wrapped it up on his Alpine debut. Another red flag, and Argentina are crying. Oh, no, bro. This was not the dream start of a... Where's he smashed this up? Exit turn 2. Well... Bruh, Colapinto. Oh, no. That's 2 massive crashes in Q1. Mate. Jesus. Oh, right. That's Colapinto out. Right. Jack Doohan back in for Q2. Not what you want, is it? Behrman pulled it out of the bag, though. Behrman survived. So that's going to be the end of Q1. It's going to be P16 for Bortoletto, P17 for Liam Lawson, P18 for Hulkenberg. Oh, Colapinto's got through but smashed it up. See, I don't like that. I think if you smash it up in quali, I think you should lap time should be deleted. I don't know. Because you could get pole position and then smash it up and still get pole because you end the session by smashing it up. And that's happened, I think. I think Leclerc did that a few years ago at Monaco. Like, got the fastest lap, then just smashed it up. Well, you stop anybody improving then, don't you? You get pole. I think if you wrap it up in qualifying, all lap times that you've set in that session, delete. You know what I mean? Because even though he's wrapped it up, he'll start the Grand Prix ahead of Bortoletto, Lawson, Hulkenberg, Ocon, Behrman, Tsunoda. They can both be on the back row, in my opinion. You should put Colapinto at the back with Tsunoda. You've wrapped it up. You've cost 20 million. You can start from the pack. But if they repair Colapinto's car, he'll start from 15th. So you're better off. So in qualifying, you're better off going balls to the wall, getting a lap in, and smashing it up than you are being a little bit more at 99% and not smashing it up but getting knocked out. You're better off wrapping it up. It's not right, is it? It's not right. They should stick Colapinto on the back row with Tsunoda. You've wrapped it up. Get out. But instead, he's out-qualified Bortoletto, Lawson, Hulkenberg, Ocon and Behrman. They didn't wrap it up, did they? They still got a car in one piece. I reckon that trumps any time. If your car's still in one piece, I reckon that's better than a lap time that's a thousandth of a second quicker, don't you? Go 0.003 of a second quicker and then smash it to pieces. Not for me, mate. Yeah. Can anyone beat Tsunoda's crash? Holby Pinto. Mate, honestly. I've not even seen a replay of it. I don't even know what he did. It's happened a few times in Monaco. It has. Michael Schumacher, 2006 or 5. Nico Rosberg. I hated Nico Rosberg. Nico Rosberg's the only driver that I actively disliked ever. He's the only driver I couldn't stand. Nico Rosberg, mate. He's the only one. Kimi Räikkönen I didn't really like, to be honest. He was just rude. Everyone was like, "Oh, he's so cold. Oh, he's just rude, mate." He's not ice cold. He's just plain rude. So I didn't really like Kimi Räikkönen, but I didn't like Nico Rosberg. And Rosberg, the point of it all is, Rosberg got pole in Monaco, and then went off down the runoff area and said, I'll tell you what, we'll end the session now. No one else can improve, so I get pole guaranteed. Fuck off. You know what I mean? He was a twat. Is he on an outlap, Colapinto? Has he crashed it on the outlap? No, he hasn't. Colapinto's not smashed it up on the outlap, please. We're going to see a full replay of what happened to Colapinto. It's on the out lap. It's not even on a flying lap. Oh, no, it is on a fly. Oh, no. Oh, he's got on the grass. He's got on the grass. Oh, it's a big crash as well. Oh, it's a big crash. He's just gone too wide. Do you know what? He smashed the front of it to bits, but power unit wise, gearbox wise, he might be all right, you know. Obviously, front end, all the front suspension and everything, absolutely written on. But he didn't actually hit the back of the car. Jack Doohan smiling in the pit lane. Get out of here, bro. No, get out of here. I reckon, though, if he's lucky, Colapinto, power unit, gearbox, you know what I mean? From the side pods back, I reckon the car will be all right. From the cockpit forward, there's nothing that will survive. But from the cockpit backwards, I reckon that Alpine will be all right. I reckon power unit, gearbox. Although the shock of it and the G force and everything, who knows? Rosberg was the GOAT. Rosberg was a knobhead. Pause, Jack, yeah. He spun the same place Ajay did in FP2. I didn't see any practice, so I'll take your word for it. Yes, Farron, how we doing? Kimmy rude but funny. Yeah, everyone found it funny. Except for me. I mean, a couple of things were funny, you know. But, like, if you... Right, put it this way. You know all the Kimi Räikkönen team radios that are all comedy and they're all supposed to be funny, right? All those team radios of Kimi Räikkönen and the interview clips and everything, right? If you see it from a point of view of he's being rude, if you change your brain to see it not from a comedy perspective, but from imagine you're the one that's speaking to him and you're getting those answers back, then you see a different perspective of Kimi Räikkönen, and he was just rude. He was just... It's funny from an outside perspective looking in, but if you were the one that was telling him, oh, warm up your tyres, Kimmy, you know, trying to help him out, and he's saying, oh, leave me alone, I know what to do. Oh, fuck off then. If I was his team, engineer, if I was an engineer and I'm like trying to give him advice, I'm saying, you need to warm up, and he's saying, oh, shut up, I know what to do, give me the gloves and steel. Oh, I'd go, oh, fuck off, yeah, fuck you and everything you stand for. Bollocks. You know what I mean? It's only because we're on the outside looking in that we think it's funny. I'm saying he was rude, and he was always rude. That's what I'm saying. And I stick by that. He was rude, and he was always rude. And I don't think it's funny. I think he was never funny. But anyway, that's my opinion. Everyone loves Kimi Räikkönen, innit? Oh, he's so cold. Ice through his veins. No, he just was born without a personality and he was rude. What are you talking about? Oh, ice in his veins. Yeah. He was born without a personality, mate. That's just my 10 pence worth. But listen, the ice cream thing was funny or whatever, but yeah. Not for me. Not for me. It might be for you, but it's not for me. Rosberg drove for Williams. Oh, what, you like Rosberg more than Hamilton? Well, have you always been a Rosberg fan? I mean, a Williams fan. I thought this Williams thing was like, started about a month ago. I didn't realise you'd been Williams from day one. I didn't know this. Maybe you've been quiet over the past couple of years on this channel because Williams have been 19th and 20th or... You know what I mean? Now they're starting to come good. You suddenly spoken up like, yeah, Williams. I've always been a Williams fan. Now they're getting in the top 10. Yeah, back Williams. Williams have had a rough 30 years, haven't they, really? You know what I mean? Bar Maldonado in Spain in 2012. You know what I mean? It's been a rough 30 years. He was rude. Everyone found it funny. But I'd have been fuming at him if I was his race engineer. I said, "You're making me look like a one root for the mucker." Exactly. I like that. But you like Rosberg more than Hamilton? Unsubscribe, Gav. That he was, because in that Mercedes era, I was big time Hamilton fan back then. These days, listen, he's over the hill. He's had his day. But I was big time Hamilton fan then, right? So Rosberg was enemy number one for about 6 or 7 years. Nico Rosberg was enemy number one. I couldn't stand it. And all the games that he used to play, even oh mate, all the games he used to play, I couldn't stand it. I couldn't stand it. And then the ultimate move at the end, wins a championship at the end, a championship which he didn't deserve, and then retires the next day. Yeah, you know what I mean? Because he knows that he's getting dominated the following year. Anyway, he knew that he would be exposed the following year. Anyway, he was a good driver, but he just wasn't for me. Seb could be funny. Oh, Vettel's legendary. I like Sebastian Vettel. Yeah, I love Sebastian Vettel, man. Even more as he got older as well. Even more in his earlier like Red Bull days, he was ruthless, a ruthless competitor. And then as he matured and got older, he became more down to earth and more relaxed and humane and just a nice guy. Yeah, Vettel's second half of his career is legendary. You like Williams since Senna joined from McLaren? Yeah, I was 2 years old. He was a Senna fan as a kid. It's before my time, that. Yeah, it's before my time. I grew up watching Michael Schumacher, late 90s. Late 90s is the earliest back I can remember, like 97. Like 97. Anything before 97, forget it. 97, 99, round there. And then from like 04, 05 onwards, that's when I really started following it. When Alonso beat Schumacher, then my ears pricked up and I went, oh, this is not just a Michael Schumacher show. He can be beaten. That's what flared my interest. Because it was when I was growing up, when I'm like 9, 10, 11, 12 years old, it's Schumacher. Then this young Spanish kid called Alonso beats him, and I'm going, oh right, oh, so it's not just a one-man game. You know what I mean? There's more than one person in this sport. Let's have a look. Then I watched the Alonso in the Renault versus Schumacher in the Ferrari years. Not every single not every single race, but I watch it. Then Lewis Hamilton turns up in 07, teammates with Alonso, and goes head to head with him. Bang, sign me up, I'm fully in. By the time 2007, by the time you're 4 or 5 rounds into 2007, I'm the biggest fan in the world. Because it was like Schumacher had dominated, then Alonso took the mantle, and then a rookie Lewis Hamilton went head to head with Alonso and was beating him. Like, that wasn't supposed to happen. Alonso was supposed to dominate for the next 15 years. But he didn't. So that's what got me hooked. It was Alonso taking the crown off Schumacher and then immediately being challenged by a 22-year-old Lewis Hamilton, who was a rookie, was like the ultimate concoction of me going, I fancy a bit of this. And I've never looked back since, and here I am, 20 years down the line. Never liked Senna, that's how old you are. Remember watching Senna in the black JPS? No way. That's mid-8. That's like 1986, 87, that. Bloody hell, Gav, how old are you? That's mid to late 80s, isn't it? Because you got to think Tolby was 84, so you're talking like 85, 86. Then he moves to McLaren in like, what, 88? 87, 88? 87 maybe? So you're talking 86. That's... You could do with spelling it right, Swade. If that's your opinion, you could do with putting the E before the L. You know what I mean? Because you're taking an L, spelling it like that. Spelling it like kettle, you're taking the L. The 80 Prost like you ate Rosberg. Yeah, that's it, innit? Enemy number 1 settings. Yeah. Listen, if it's Antonelli versus Russell for a championship in the future, George Russell will become enemy number 1. I might be sat here in all Mercedes, but there's only one man I've never supported a team. I'm only wearing this because Antonelli happens to drive for Mercedes. If Antonelli moves to Aston Martin tomorrow, all this shit goes in the bin, and I've sat here in Aston Martin gear. I have a certain loyalty to Toto Wolff, but it's Antonelli. It's all about the driver for me. I'm not interested in the teams, really. It's about the personality and the ego and the gladiator thing. It's the gladiator thing for me. It's the drivers. The teams are necessary, but I'm not interested in. It's about the drivers. Shows all Gavies, yeah. Sure, Max, and there's everyone else. Yes, Ernesto, bro, hope you're doing well. Nigel was the one for you growing up. 92. Mansell was champion the year I was born. 92. Come on. Yeah. My dad was a big Nigel Mansell fan, but obviously it's before my day. You know what I mean? But my dad was a big Nigel Mansell fan. And then David Coulthard, or Coulthard, however you want to say it. But David Coulthard. Hey, good luck supporting David Coulthard, innit? Against Michael Schumacher and Mickey Hakkinen. Sorry, did I say Mickey? Mickey. Oh, Mickey. Against GG's, innit? Supporting David Coulthard in an era of Schumacher, Hakkinen, I don't know, Irvine, and Montoya. I always liked Juan Pablo Montoya as well. Montoya used to give Schumacher a bit of his own medicine. I used to like that. Montoya used to give as good as he got. Big ups, Montoya. Montoya was underrated. If Antonelli goes Ferrari with a swap for Leclerc, Hamilton becomes enemy number 1. It depends if you're in a championship fight. I think one day it will be Antonelli and Behrman at Ferrari. Yeah, teammates. Oh, Q2 will start in 5 minutes, by the way. If you're wondering why I'm waffling on and nothing's happening, there's been 2 big crashes, and so we are under sort of pause settings. We're on pause whilst they clean up all the debris, but we're getting back underway in 5 minutes. But yeah, if Antonelli goes to Ferrari, I go with him. That's how it's going to work now. Listen, I'd signed up to Mick Schumacher. It's not like, it must seem like a flip-flop every year. Oh, I'll support this. I signed up to Mick Schumacher. He got dropped. What am I supposed to do at that point? Not watch Formula One and watch World Endurance Championship. You know what I mean? He got dropped. He's gone. So then I'm in the ether looking for who to support. So it's Antonelli. So I will follow Antonelli wherever he may go, as long as he's in Formula One. That's it now. I'm signed up. I'm in it for the long haul. Behrman good but not great. I think it's too early to say, isn't it? It's too early to say. He's had one race in a Ferrari and about 10 races in a Haas. How can you judge Ollie Behrman? I think he's been good. I think, but like you said that, but not great. It's too early to say whether he's great or not. It's too early to say. Mick was shy. I know, but you know what it was? It wasn't about whether he was good or not. It was a nostalgia factor of it. Because Michael Schumacher was the one I watched growing up, and then his son's in it. I was like, go on. It was purely the nostalgia of it. You know, I wanted to see Mick do well. It would have been emotional. Think of how poetic it would have been if Mick Schumacher had have followed in his father's footsteps, and he'd have been rapid, and he'd have been getting podiums and wins, and then it was at Ferrari and winning championship. Imagine how poetic and beautiful it would have been if Mick Schumacher would have been a real star talent. It would have been a fantastic sporting story. So I jumped on that, you see. It wasn't about, is he actually good? It was about, imagine if he is good. That's what the Mick Schumacher thing was. If he is, then this is going to be a fantastic emotional journey. He wasn't, so he's gone. It wasn't. You know what I mean? Life's not a fairy tale, is it? He's a good driver. Don't get me wrong. He's doing bits in World Endurance Championship. But is he a Verstappen, Piastri, Hamilton, Leclerc level? I don't know. Probably not. So that was a shame. That was a shame. But I wanted it. I wanted him to continue where his dad left off. If Mick Schumacher had turned up and just gone wham and like been this superstar, it would have been fantastic. But it wasn't. It wasn't. I was dreaming. He was dreaming. Everyone was dreaming. It would have been great, wouldn't it? It would have been great. That's what it was about. And when he got P7 at the British Grand Prix, it was like a win. He only had a couple of highlights in his 3 years, Mick Schumacher. I think one was in Austria. I think he finished about 6th or 7th in Austria. And he finished 7th at Silverstone. And he had a battle with Verstappen. And they were like wins. And then that was it. He was gone. Wah. He's in the same league as Logan Sargent. Nah, he was better than Logan Sargent. Just about. No, he was better than Logan Sargent. Logan Sargent, it was dead, bro. Nah, he was better than Logan Sargent because Logan Sargent didn't get like a couple of 7th place finishes, did he? Like Mick Schumacher had a couple of standout results, and then the rest of the time it was P17. But right, green light. Oh, are they going to do... What's going on here? What do you mean Hatter standing down? What are you talking about? Well, Q1 has lasted an hour. That's mad, isn't it? Q1 has lasted an hour. It was supposed to be an 18-minute session. How have I just waffled my way through an hour? We're only in the second part of qualifying and have been on for an hour and 7 minutes. What is this session? Any more crashes? We'll come back tomorrow, innit? Right, so I think there was a bit of uncertainty about who'd been eliminated, but it's definitely Lawson, Hulkenberg, Ocon, Behrman and Tsunoda. I don't know if Haas was half thinking that they were going to be in. I don't know what the game. There was seemingly some confusion about who'd been eliminated and who was through, but they've been greyed out. You're greyed out, you're gone. And Colapinto might as well be greyed out because he smashed it up. So we're gonna get these 4 cars in these positions will be eliminated at the end of Q2. So it's between 4 again. Right, Q2 underway after an hour. Yeah, you're having me on, mate. It's nearly flat out. Aqua Minerale. You had high hopes for Lawson, you got that totally wrong. Yeah, I did as well, actually. I did as well. You know, I thought Lawson replacing Perez was the right decision at the time. You know what I mean? But to give him 2 races, it's brutal, but Tsunoda smashing it up here in Q1 was not part of the programme, really. So Verstappen set us a benchmark of 15.4. Leclerc's on a 15.6 in second. Hamilton goes third, then in the other Ferrari, and then it's Alonso, Stroll, Bortoletto's half a second off the bat, but only those 7 have set a Hadjar goes P4. Only 7 drives have set a lap time then. Where's Antonelli? Come on. Come on, Kimi. Russell, purple, sector 1. Antonelli across the line and goes 6th. It's not great. That's not going to get you pole position, mate. Russell goes 2nd, only a 10th off the pace. So it's a 15.4 for Verstappen, 15.5 for Russell, 15.6 for Leclerc, 15.7 for Hamilton. And Norris goes quickest by just over a 10th of a second. You're not often wrong. Oh, pat yourself on the back, why don't you? I'm often wrong, but I love it. Piastri purple middle sector. Go on then. 9.5 minutes to go in Q2. After 2 crashes in Q1 and a massive delay. And Piastri goes fastest by 21 thousandths of a second. A 1 minute 15.241 puts Piastri at the top of the timing sheets. It's then Norris, Verstappen, Russell, Sainz is on a lap. He's down in 14th at the minute. Colapinto will start the Grand Prix from 15th, provided they rebuild the car. So really, it's all about 14th to 11th in this session. And Sainz is down in 14th at the moment and goes P9. That's not really going to be good enough, is it? It's not really going to be good enough for Carlos Sainz. Come on, Lando. Lando's cut Barry. Piastri and Verstappen do Lando every week. It's going to be long for you, Barry, being a Lando Norris fan when Piastri and Verstappen exist. Listen, I'm yet to be won over by Lando Norris. I don't think he's got the X factor. But if I'm proved wrong, I'm proved wrong. You know what I mean? If I get proved wrong by Lando Norris, and he has got the X factor, then fair enough. I hold my hands up and I say I was wrong. But when Piastri wins the championship, Lando Norris be crying in his soup. Come on, Lance. I back that energy. Yeah. Come on, Lance. I back that. Hey, gonna be honest, F1 is your least favourite form of racing. Do you know what? I think you told me that on about 3 occasions, Suede. I get you. I get it, bro. You're not that into it. I know you're not. I am. So that's why I'm here. You're reminding me. Yeah, I know. I know you are. Glitz and glamour and a 200 to let for one day. There is a lot of that. There's a lot of surface level bullshit, right? But the bottom line is, it's the fastest cars in the world. It's the best drivers in the world. It's the best circuits in the world. And they all think that they're the fastest and they're the best drivers in the world. And they go head to head every week. It's ego. It's the ego of man. That's what I watch it for. It's the ego of man. They all think they're the best. But they're not. Only Verstappen's the best. It's the gladiator essence of it that I watch it for. That's what it is for me. It's the clash of egos. It's not about all the rest of the bollocks. You know what I mean? That's all races. That's all racing. All right, so it's that plus it's the pinnacle of motorsport as well. So not all of the 20 drivers are the best drivers in the world, but let's say a dozen of them are. So you've got a dozen of the best drivers in the world in the fastest, most technically advanced cars in the world, racing around the best circuits in the world. And they all think they're the one. There's nothing special about F1. See you in a bit, Suede. You might as well talk to a brick wall. Is Albon out? No. Albon's chilling. There's still 4 minutes to go in this session. Albon's in danger, don't get me wrong. P13's not where you want to be with 4 minutes on the clock. So he needs to improve. Put it that way. He needs a lap. You can't tell me Monaco's a world-class track. Monaco's dead. In fact, only Arthur... I'm under no illusions, Suede. I'm not under any delusional state whatsoever. I know the World Endurance Championship's good. I know it is. I'm not here going, F1's amazing, everything else is crap. I know the World Endurance Championship's good. I know IndyCar's good. There's lots of other series that are good. You know what I mean? I'm not delusional. I know. Suede is an administrator on here, I know. Suede, how have you got a spanner when you don't even like it? You go mad with power sometimes in watching, not gonna lie. See Ferrari and IMSA here. I know. If Ferrari won 2, Alpine third, wasn't it, at Spa? But they can't hack it in the big boys, can they? Now, do you know what? I think WEC is going to be... it's going to grow in popularity massively over the next 5 to 10 years. There's a lot of manufacturers joining it. But do you know what they need to do? I've said this before, Suede. I don't know if you was in the other stream when I was talking about WEC, right? They need to double the amount of races, because you're getting like a 7-race calendar, 8-race calendar. That's what, for me, that's partly what lets it down. You've got a 7-race calendar. So you can have 3 months from one race to the next. Dead. You can have a race in June and the next race in October. Dead. So what they need to do, instead of a 7-8 race calendar, all of a sudden, bang, 16 round calendar. Then let's talk. Innit? A 7, 8, 9 race, forget it, man. F1 tracks, yeah. If WEC suddenly decided, right, we're going to go round, we're going to follow the F1 calendar round 24, I'd be like, right, all right, sign me up, I'm in. Let's have a do. I'm in. But they can do like a race round Belgium in like April, or next round Portimao, end of July. Get out. I lose track, you know what I mean? I need, you know what I mean? You need more. Anyway, there's a minute to go in Q2 and I'm talking about WEC because of you, Suede. No one cares about WEC. Probably gets about 7 viewers on fucking Eurosport. But it's up and coming. It is. I know it is. I know it is. I'm not ignorant to it. I know the manufacturers are joining, and I know it's going to be... It's up and... The popularity is going to be growing. Right, where are we? Where are we for Q2? Stroll, Bortoletto, Gasly, Albon and Colapinto. Well, Colapinto's definitely in trouble. But Sainz is gone purple, Sector 1. Are you joking? Sainz is on a lap. Russell goes P3 in the Mercedes, so he'll be safe. Antonelli's in trouble here. Antonelli's in trouble down in 8th. I don't like this. I'm not liking Antonelli down in 8th. Sainz to the line, goes quickest. Are you joking? Sainz has gone fastest in the Williams. Gav, take a bow. This is unbelievable. Albon P7. What a lap from Carlos Sainz. That's unbelievable. It's not even Q3 either. If he does this in Q3, mate, this is going to be one of the best qualifying sessions of all time. It's only just to not get eliminated, so it's not... Gasly goes P6. Gasly's through. Oh, Gasly! Oh, Antonelli's going to be out. Is Antonelli on a lap? Oh, Kimi better be on a lap. A Stroll goes 6th. Antonelli's in serious danger. Is he on a lap? Where's he on the track map? I think he's going to be out. I think Antonelli's going to be out. Antonelli's out! You're joking! Are both Ferraris out as well? You're joking! You're joking! Both Ferraris are out. Antonelli's out. Oh, this has been an absolute massacre in Q2. This has been an absolute massacre in Q2. Leclerc, 11th, eliminated. Hamilton, 12th, eliminated. Kimi Antonelli, 13th, at home, eliminated. Gabriel Bortoleto, P14, eliminated. And Colapinto smashed it up an hour ago, eliminated. Sainz, quickest in Q2 on a 1:15.198, quicker than Piastri, Norris, Russell, Verstappen, both Aston Martins in Q3 on the mediums. I can't believe this. I actually can't believe this. Both Aston Martins through on the medium tyre. Both Ferraris out, Antonelli out, Gasly through in P8, Hadjar through in P9, both Williams are through. We've got 2 Williams and 2 Aston Martins in Q3. You'd have had 1,000 to 1 on that this morning. Imagine going into William Hill and saying, I'll have both Aston Martins and both Williams in Q3 this afternoon, please. They'd go, give us £1 and you can have whatever odds you want. 1,000,000 to 1 you can have it. That's madness. Clearly more focused on WEC. Or WEC's just an easier game, bro. WEC's like F1's like the Premier League. WEC's like Serie A. You can look brilliant in Serie A. Come to the Prem. You know what I mean? Come to the Prem, you're on the bench. Well, he scored 30 goals in Serie A. Yeah, did he? Comes to the Prem. 2 assists all season. GG's. Oh, mate. I don't know. Wet, you can do more. Do you know what? I respect to it, right? Because the engine regulations is a lot more open. You can do what you want. Because Aston Martin turning up with a V12. I mean, I know they're not doing very well at the minute. What were they like? 14th and 15th at Spa or something. But it's new. It's new technology and they're new in the game. But fair play. It's more of an open playing field. But that's got... The thing is about it being more open in terms of the regulations. That's got its positives and negatives, though. Because if you had more open regulations in F1 and someone just gets it right and thinks of 7 things that other teams don't think of, then they're 3 seconds ahead of the entire field. That it's dead, isn't it? So you have to keep it tightly regulated just to keep the pack tightly together. Because, you know, freeing up the regulations means you are going to get someone that gets it right and 9 teams that miss a trick. And then your GG's for the next 7 years. So, what are you going to do? It's a difficult game. It's a difficult balance. You know, V12 sound, I know. Why is there a yellow flag? There isn't. I don't know. I think the website just puts yellow flag when they're in between sessions. You know what I mean? I think it just is. That's just the default. That's just the default state of we're in between sessions. Chill out. Sucks to suck. When you have someone like Max, have you seen about Max testing that GT3 car at the Nürburgring and setting the lap record under the false name Franz Hermann. What a laugh. Max Verstappen's just in a different realm, and he just turns up with a fake name and jumps in a GT3 car around the Nürburgring, sets the lap record. You know what I mean? In a test session for GT3, and then goes home. As you do. As you do. You gotta love it. You gotta respect Max Verstappen, and you know what I mean? He is the best. You know, I'm always sat here giving it, come on Antonelli and Mercedes gear, but I know Verstappen's clearly the best. You know, even Piastri and Norris can dominate this championship, but Verstappen's still the best. I don't really care. Make refueling great again. Listen, you can't have refueling in this game, Suede. You can't have it. Danger. Come on, Lance. Told you. Yeah. Lance Stroll having the season of his life here. Come on, Lance Stroll. Do you know what? I think Lance Stroll's still top 10 in the championship, you know. So get in. I think he is. I think Lance Stroll's 10th in the championship. He's looking at more points in Imola, isn't he? You know what I mean? Danger, 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 Dougie. Dugston, welcome in, dude. Could be an indication the upgrades could be working. Hey, Sean Tan, I knew it. 2 Aston Martins in Q3. Yeah, you were always going to make an appearance. Welcome in, dude. Alonso doesn't have it. Oh, right. Oh, so Stroll's running the an upgrade that Alonso hasn't got. Okay. Alonso's still quicker. Come on then. Look at this. Both Aston Martins and both Williams in Q3. Let's have a do here. Antonelli's dropped a bollock here. Too much pressure in it. At home, you're a rookie. You've never raced here before in F1. You're at home. It's just too much. He'll come back in the race. He'll get some points tomorrow, Antonelli, but he's dropped a bollock in quali there. Eliminated. All the home favourites all out in Q2 as well. Both Ferraris and Antonelli, which is everything that's Italian in F1 has just been slung out of the back door in Q2, hasn't it? In Italy. Oh, GG's. GG's Italy, mate. It's over. You're surrounded by blue spanner administration, I know. Too many, innit? I think I was pissed up the other week and everyone that's in chat got a spanner. Oh, apologies, innit? Now, do you know what it was? There was a load of bots coming into the stream the other week, and I was like, and Kim wasn't in chat, and I was like, right, who wants a spanner? Who wants a spanner? And everyone's like, me, bang, 10 spanners. Yeah, spanner along. Ferrari should be ashamed. Exactly. Yeah, it's a nightmare in it for Ferrari. This was never the plan, is it, for Ferrari? You know, they signed Hamilton for $1 billion. P12? Will that do you? You know what I mean? Like, hundreds of millions down the pan. There's some like serious CEO sat in an office somewhere going, what the fuck are we doing here? We spent $1 zillion and we're P11 and P12 on the grid. There's some phone calls being made behind the scenes now Like, what are we doing here? This was never the idea. He signed the greatest of all time to get eliminated in Q2. I mean, get in. This was the dream. Do you think Robert says would be a ruthless Red Bull and Alpine and replace the rookie? Bro, this is his first bad performance in the first 7 races of his career. Get out of here, Gav. First sign of trouble, you're on about dropping him. Get out of it, Gav. Yes, Judge. Yeah, that Sonoda crash was horrific. Welcome to the channel and welcome to the Viewers Championship. Nah, I don't know how you found this channel because it's pretty much undiscoverable. So fair play, you must have scrolled down and then clicked the second page, scroll down again, click page 3, scroll down again, click page 4 and then gone, I'll tell you what, I'll have a click on this one. Fair play if you found this channel, mate. I couldn't find it myself and I run the game. But welcome in, dude. And the crash was bad. I mean, fair play for him to the safety standards that he's walked away from that. Look at this then, right, early knockings in Q3. It's Norris on a 1:14.9, Hadjar on a 1:15.7, then the 2 Aston Martins. Right, here comes Oscar Piastri and beats Lando Norris by 1/10.5. So Oscar Piastri sets a benchmark of 1:14.821. What can Emilian Verstappen do? He's purple sector 1, personal best sector 2. Round the final corner he comes in and Verstappen across the line to go quickest by 0.5 of a second. It is Verstappen versus the 2 McLarens in Imola. What can George Russell do then? He's round the final corner and to the line. Here we go then. It's Verstappen on a 1:14.772 and Russell slots into P4. So it's Verstappen, Piastri, Norris, Russell, Hadjar, Stroll, Alonso, Sainz, Gasly and Albon yet to set times. And Albon was quickest in Q2. Madness. Honestly, it was just on the U page. Get in. I don't know how that's happened, but I'll take a bit of that action. How the fuck did I miss the spanner giveaway? You had to be there, innit? Mate, you're new for 2025, Zinc Mind. I don't know if I trust you yet. You're new for 2025. See, some people have been here. This is the 4th season on this channel, you know. 600 subs deep in 4 years. It's been the grind of all grinds, this. I get about 50 subs a year. Imagine that. Imagine that and not giving up. Mentality, mate. Mentality. Imagine getting 50 subs in an entire year and going again the following March. There ain't many. Let me tell you now. There ain't many. But I'm one of them. So I'm fucking here. Hey, but fair play. Judge has found me. So, you know. At least the channel's not shadow banned. Is that the term? You know what I mean? But you're new for 2025, Zinc Mind. I've been on here since 2022, but don't look up those streams. Oh, do not, mate. It's a slow rise. It's a slow ride, yeah. Do you know what? It's actually comedy because it is the slowest rise probably in YouTube history. I'd say this is one of the slowest growing channels ever for the amount of streams and stuff. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But to be honest, I find it quite funny now, actually. Yeah. I was gutted at first. It's like, oh, fuck's sake, I thought I was going to get a few watching. Nowadays, I just think, do you know what? It's actually quite funny. Right, 4.5 minutes to go. Verstappen, Piastri, Norris, Russell, Hadjar, Stroll, Alonso, Sainz and Albon. You see Sainz a second off the pace now. Albon 1.4 off the pace and Gasly, if he gets anything other than 10th, he's won. We have to enjoy the chat, that's it. Once there's 1,000 comments, you're lost in the ether. Do you know what? There's some truth in that. There's some truth in that. Yeah. Imagine Viewers Championship with 1,000 watching. Do you know what I mean? Right, guys. First 59 people in, get a seat. Everyone out on a race to type. Because I can have 60 cars in each race. Listen, we've never got into them realms. But you can have 60 cars in each race. So I can have 60 people in live chat. And still everyone gets in. And then beyond that, then there'd be a cut-off point where you go, right, you're the 61st person to type in chat. You're on hold. You're on the bench. But we're nowhere near that yet. You know what I mean? We'll never get there. It don't deserve to be monetized. It's just a waffle. It's just an F1 waffle along, mate, basically. But then when it gets exciting, you know, you have to turn your volume down because I will shout, you know. If there's something dramatic that happens, you know about it. But listen, beyond that, is there much information transferred on these streams? Probably not. It's just a bit of a do, innit? Bit of a laugh. Mentality needs to do more out of season, my dude. Bro, I ain't uploading videos between December and March going pre-season preview. Mate, it's not happening. It's not happening. I'm sorry. No, it's not my game. Listen, because the thing is, you gotta weigh up time and effort versus end result. I could spend a week editing a video about a pre-season preview, and listen, at the end of the day, it's the same 10 people that will watch this stream are the same 10 people that will watch that video. And that might sound like pessimistic, but I'm telling you now, it's a fact as well. So do I want to spend that much time and effort when realistically YouTube, they pushed me out in the first 6 months, and then since then they've gone, this guy's just waffling on. Let's just fucking put him on page 17 and call it a day. Right, anyway, let's have a do. You deserve it. I mean, it's not, YouTube's not about deserve though, is it? Where's fake Jake? Took me out a couple of weeks ago, then wins the next race. Oh, Jake Ferris. Yeah, where is Jake Ferris? Well, you know the rules, innit, Zinc Mine? You missed the streams. You're not in the race, so Jake might not even be in it. Right, here we go then. These are the final knock-ins. This is for pole position for the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix. Verstappen on provisional pole as it stands, but Piastri, purple sector 1. He's got a bit of traffic. Oh, he's got a lot of traffic there in the final 2 corners, Piastri. But is it going to slow him down? He's purple through sector 2. Can Piastri beat Verstappen? He does by a 10th for now. So it's Piastri on provisional pole. But we've got other people on laps behind. He's the first one to set the final lap time. So Piastri sets a benchmark of a 1 minute 14.670. But we have got Verstappen, purple sector 1. Norris is also on a lap through Acqua Minerale. He comes up the hill towards the chicane. Albon goes P5 at best. So P5 on the grid at best for Alex Albon in the Williams. Lando Norris is very wide on the exit of the chicane, but now down the hill he comes into the final couple of corners. Max Verstappen is on a charge as well, but he's down by half a tenth in the middle sector is Max Verstappen. Lando Norris to the line. Can he get pole position for the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix? Norris doesn't improve, so it's Norris third at best on the grid. Norris will not get pole position around Imola. Here comes Max Verstappen then, out of the final corner to the line. Can Verstappen beat Piastri? He can! He improves, but the gap reduces, but he does not beat Piastri. Alonso goes P5 on the medium tyre in the Aston Martin. Here comes Carlos Sainz. Go on, Sainz then. Get amongst the big dogs. Go on, Carlos. P6 in the second Williams for Carlos Sainz. And Russell beats Norris to P3. So it is Oscar Piastri who will claim pole position. The championship leader claims pole in Imola from Max Verstappen, George Russell P3, Norris P4, Alonso 5th on the grid. Unbelievable, really. Alonso P5 in the Aston Martin. Sainz P6, Albon P7, Stroll P8, Hadjar P9, and Pierre Gasly P10 in the Alpine. Oscar Piastri, the championship leader, takes pole position by 34 one-thousandths of a second. Verstappen gave it a punt. He gave it his best shot. But Oscar Piastri stands firm at the top, and Piastri takes pole in Imola. Come on then. You see, you have an hour and 42 minutes of me waffling, and then you get 2 minutes of that, whatever that action is, right there. That's how I roll. You never know what's coming next. When it matters, I lock in, bro. That's what you're going to know about this channel. When it matters, I lock the fuck in. The rest of the time, we can have a chat about a crash that happened 17 years ago. But when it matters, I'll lock in. Right, that's it. Piastri pole. Verstappen second. Russell third. Norris fourth. Antonelli 13th. That really took the wind out of my sails about an hour and a half ago. This has been the longest qualifying stream I'll probably ever do. An hour and 3/4 because of the 2 crashes in Q1. Tsunoda wrapped it up and Colapinto wrapped it up. So that's your grid. Piastri, Verstappen, Russell, Norris, Alonso, Sainz, Albon, Stroll, Hadjar, Gasly, top 10. I will be back tomorrow afternoon at about 10 to 2. Race starts 2 p.m. Tomorrow afternoon for the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix. So please do join me for that. I hope you've enjoyed this stream. Listen, it's been a bit of more of a casual one. I don't know. Just a bit of a chill out. Oscar Piastri pole position. Alonso P5. Come on, Newey. Adrian Newey. Fernando Alonso. The dream team's working. You've watched Go Livery. You must have been bored. Watch you go to livery. Hey. Right, cheers, guy. Cheers, guys. Right. Yeah, I'll be back about 10 to 2 tomorrow afternoon for the race itself. Enjoy yourself. I'll see you back here for tomorrow. Obviously, everyone that's typed a message in chat today have been entered into the Viewers' Championship, including Judge. The judge has entered the building. So, yeah, I'll see you tomorrow for the race. I hope we get a good one. I hope Antonelli can win it from 13th. Yeah. Keep dreaming. But we'll see what happens. Yeah, peace out, guys. Thank you for bearing with me today. Obviously, we've been live for an hour and 45 minutes, and an hour and 20 minutes of that has been nothing happening. So, fair play. Thank you all for bearing with me, and I will see you all tomorrow, 10 to 2. Be there. The Emilia Romagna Grand Prix is on. Piastri on pole. See you then.